Hey, everybody. How you doing? My name's Eric. I'm making a game. That game is called the Godkiller. And let me explain what I'm doing. These days. Alright, so I am quite interested in face animation, getting some features there in the game. And it's not just performing the face animation, but having authoring tools for some of the animation data that will be used by it. And that kind of led me to thinking about some other problems I need to solve around the same time. So I wanted to have some web services, or a web service with some endpoints I could use for different things. The most pressing one is having a level upload functionality. I finished that. It didn't take me too long. Sorry, not level upload, level solution upload. I did finish that, and I can demo it. It kind of doesn't look like anything because it just works underneath the hood. I guess I will show it just to give an idea. And there's a fair chance, I say there's about a 25% chance that I show something by accident that gives away like connection info. All I have to do is mouse over a data or a variable in the debugger, and could just show like my token or credentials or something like that I use to connect to the server. If that happens, it's okay. I'll just change it. So if someone is looking at this to figure out how to crack into the server, first thing is, I'm sure it's not that hard. If you got any kind of skills and tenaciousness, you'll do it. Second thing is, if you're just looking for an easy way to get in, by watching the video, I'll end up changing the credentials, and whatever I expose, I'll just change it. But I don't think I will expose anything. I think it's possible. Like I said, there's like maybe a 1 in 4 chance I'll give away a secret that allows somebody to connect to the server. Now, if you could connect to the server, if you could connect to these APIs, what would you be able to do? You would be able to upload level solutions. You'd be able to retrieve level solutions. You probably wouldn't be able to do anything with the retrieve level solutions, although I suppose they are a list of keys, and you could, kind of put in the keys. Do. You could stage a denial of service attack. That's always possible. This is not a production server, anyways. This is meant for the play testing phase of the project. So that's the other thing. You get all excited about getting onto the server and fucking around with it. It's going to be short-lived. So, all that said, the last thing I tell people that are trying to hack my stuff is I'm humble about it. You probably can hack me, and I've got safeguards, but they're all in the form of I can start over and set everything up again. So, like if you hack onto my dev machine and install some ransomware on it, I just basically wipe the hard drive, install everything from scratch, and go from my latest backup. If you somehow infect my backup during the week with some kind of software, I go further back to the the last sort of larger checkpoint backup, which is kept in a secure location, a little safe, a fireproof safe. And anyways, please leave me alone, please. I don't got time for this shit. You probably can succeed in messing me up. That's my message to anyone trying to hack me. All right. So let's demo this thing. I will go to the boot. Some other stuff I did, which is not very demoable, is I added dependency checking on the booting of my subsystem. So when you start the game, Unity will call the awake events of the children underneath the game object in, let's call it, an undefined order. There is a way that you can go into project settings and you can give little numbers to each thing so that it will determine what order the scripts will load in. But I didn't really want to keep messing around with all those little numbers, so what I did instead is I said each one of these guys knows what other bootable subsystem will be needed for it to be able to boot. And if the other ones aren't loaded yet, it just returns and says, I'm not ready, come back to me after you've got other things loaded. So anyways, how to demo that? I mean, I'll hit play and it will work. But it was a solution specifically for the random behavior I was getting on other machines. I should say random, I should say black box behavior, because there is something in the Unity engine that decides the order that things are going to get loaded up in. It's just not knowledge that's available to me. Anyways, it's too much preambling. I'll demo what I got and I'll get to working. Okay, I hit play. It boots in. It goes to the last level that I was at. All right, the WOM. Okay. So I'll solve the level real quick, and it won't show anything on the screen, but in a playtest build, it's going to upload the solution to the level off to a server. And after that, I'll run a query and show that the solution's there. Okay, so it saved it. Now, there was no difference in if I played it before, where it wasn't saving my solution off to a server. It looked exactly the same. It's under the hood. So, in order for me to check that it actually saved it, I need to run some code. I've got some code here. The level I just played was called The Whelm, and I'll set a breakpoint here in this code that loads it so I can take a look. Oh, why did I hit play? That's not useful. I don't. Okay, hold on. Now, let's see. Oh, this is not a it's not a prefab, so it doesn't have it. Okay, so let's just add net data here. Then I'll be able to call from here as well. Okay. There we go. So it sent a web request, and then the response came back, and I parsed it and put it into this structure. So it's showing that for the Whelm, there is one safe solution for it available, and here are all the commands that I issued. Okay, every time I pushed up on the keyboard, we put an N here. So this is like up, left, 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 up, up, right, 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 right. The ones that are in capitals, those are flinging. This is the same format that I use for my mid-level save and restore. I load the level, and then I play back the commands, and it updates the state of the level, and that's how I get a restore out of it. It does it really fast without showing all the animations associated with the updates, and it does it while the screen is faded to black, so that you know, you can't see it updating. But anyways, it's there. This came off of a server. And if you are interested a little more in what's going on underneath the hood, we've got the Unity game, C#. Okay. It calls to a REST service in PHP, and PHP it talks to MySQL. Hey Cicada, how's it going? Yeah, so my playtesters, they're generating all kinds of useful data when they play it through levels, and I want to have their solution stored with this service so that I can retrieve it and use it for my own regression testing. So if I make a change to something in some code, then I run through my suite again, and you know, it should be able to just run through, you know, hundreds and hundreds, and it won't take much time for it to run through it because there's a headless mode that it can run in, and I can run it in a non-headless mode too if I want to just visually look at it while it plays through. So I got the service working yesterday, and it's storing, and I can retrieve data from it, and it didn't take me too long. It's also probably a place where I may end up outputting some stuff with the animation workflow and re-importing, but kind of depends on some other things. So in this session, I need to provide a way for the playtesters to configure an access token, and the access token will be something that I give them. I'll set them up on the back end with like a user ID or something like that, and I give them the token, and then when they are playing their build, it will use that to connect to the service and send their level solutions. And it doesn't have to be super secure. I had this really lengthy preamble at the start of the stream where I said, if anybody's trying to hack me, you'll probably be successful, and here's how I recover from it, but please leave me alone. That kind of thing. I just do not want anyone looking at me like a juicy challenge. Yeah, I mean, if hackers can hack Iran's nuclear program, they can hack me. Let's see. So I've got a couple options. can have UI for entering the access token, but I'd rather just find an easy to describe location where they drop a file in and then I read it from a file. So let's say that. Number 2, read from a file system accessible location. Yeah, let's see, there's some like specific locations that Unity has constants to. Unity, was it persistent data path? And this is probably it right here. Now I could, if I don't find the file when the game loads, yeah, I've only got to support Windows and Mac at this point. If I don't find the file, I could do a dialog box and I could output this path here to help them find it. That wouldn't be too bad because I already have like a message box function that I can call and it'll show a little thing. I've got 2 at this point. I'm about ready to add 2 more. I'm intentionally keeping it small. It's not a bad thought, but the downside of that is then I have to ask them what is your unique machine ID, and then I have to go into the server side and add that in. So like I'm not real worried about the security, but okay, so let's put this down as a potential solution. Number 3, access token defaults to machine generated, probably unique ID. Okay. Tester has to tell me the access token. Then I configure permissions. Number 4, variation on this. Just grant access by default. I don't have that much data to protect. It's not that big a deal if somebody manages to get in. Protect. Okay. Can also later on add names and next to access tokens so I can identify who's who. Yeah, number 4 might be kind of nice, to be honest. Okay, and then if there is a problem, write security and change it. That's it, basically. I do kind of like number 4. Number 4 is like, let's just make it easy for everybody. We're not guarding Fort Knox here. The worst thing that can happen is maybe some denial of service attack, but it's only a service that's available during play testing period anyways. It's a temporary service. It's not something that has to be super secure. And I do have a REST service in front of it, and the endpoints are pretty simple. Like you can add level solutions, you can download level solutions. So yeah. Yeah. I think that's the way to go. I think number 4 is the one to do. And I do have some environment variables like the username already. I think. Let me see what environment variables I have that I could use. Because there might be 2 users that have like some sort of default style username. It might be always the same. So if I get something like a local IP address or MAC address or something like that, that would be awesome. Okay, so let's see. I'll go look at Field Logger because I already wrote some code like this. Device unique identifier. Let me Google that. All right, Cicada. What are you working on? I know you in general like your virtual reality project, but cool. Well, nice to hear from you. Good luck with that. See you later. All right, let's see. I think I already have logs of this too. Okay, I gotta turn off my screen briefly so I can look at my existing logs that show examples of this same device unique ID identifier. So go back to big stupid head mode. And we say, let's go into my super private mail. And we'll see logs. And I'm looking for that output. Yeah. Oh, this is real nice, actually. Huh. Oh, this is great, actually. It even matches like it matches the field that I set up for an access token as far as the length of it and everything. Yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. Bonus to this, I'll know if and when my playtesting builds get out to the general public in some shitty way, like one of the testers leaked it, because I'll start seeing all these other IDs popping in. I'll be like, who are all these people? I mean, there's other ways to guard against that, but I'll know if it got out. Okay. So let me go back to work mode. And let's take this thing, which is just gold, and okay, and then let's go to net data. Let's say make a new method. We'll say set access token. Don't have to make a method. It's just it happens automatically in the constructor. I'm trying to stop myself from writing as many comments now. Like, I want my comments to say why I do things instead of what I'm doing. And if something is just what I'm doing, then I might refactor it into a function, and the function's name can say what I'm doing. I'm trying that style. I do end up kind of jumping back and forth between the benefits of either one. All right. All right, I'll do what I can on this one. On this stream, there are some things I'm going to have to do off stream. Okay, let's not use that. Okay. So I'm going to switch it to my big stupid head, and I'm going to update some stuff on the back end. Let's see. Okay. System. I guess I can show this for a little bit longer. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is run this code so I can find out what my device unique identifier is. I don't want to show that because that is the access token. Okay. So let me just write out what I'm doing. Get your access token, check player logs for Alex and Matt's access tokens. Okay. Configure database to include them. Okay. And then test it out. Okay. And just to make it so that if somebody comes along, they don't think I'm some idiot who isn't showing my screen, I'm going to go to the wait screen. And I may talk a little bit as I go, but it's just for not having tight security, but avoiding me having to redo my security. That I've got it on this wait screen here. That's not going to work. Need to change my access token to accept larger variables. think this will not take me too long. We shall see. Okay. The access or the device IDs on Windows and Mac are different. Okay, there's a fair chance that all this is going to work. Alright, came back with 401 error. I'm not sure yet if I have to update the database. It might be that I called it from the editor. Let me fix that. Yeah, that would be why. Okay. Let me try again. If I don't have to fix anything in the database, then I'll be able to turn the stream back on. I am in business. Oh, this is a real nice solution too. Yeah, this is real good. Okay. So I got it to work. I've got the other two play testers configured now. And this is all I did. Just using the device identifiers and access token. Now this can be overridden. This whole thing is missing the idea of the access token being something temporary that's generated after you perform a login with credentials. But I think just like I said, this isn't Fort Knox. But I am aware that what I'm calling an access token, typically you'd have it be a temporary thing. Something that's generated with credentials and then you pass it and then it expires after a bit, or it gets reissued again, or a new one gets issued again. That's okay. if I find I need better security later on, I know how to update it. Just a little more work. Okay. So I should do it. There are some other things I want to do, but again, they're off on the back end. So I think this is a good place to stop the stream. So I'll catch y'all later. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream now.